Okay, so for this last video, we're going to look at relations and functions in their graph form, and we're going to determine whether the graph represents a relation or a function. And to do that, we use something called the vertical line test. And so the vertical line test tells us that a graph is a function when no vertical line passes through more than one point on the graph. And so we see two different examples here. So this one is a function, this one is not. And we see if we have a straight line, so I'll take my straight line here. No matter where I put this straight line in this graph, it only passes through one point. So when that happens, that makes this a function. However, when I go over to this graph with my straight line, I see that in almost all of the spots here, my straight line passes through 2 points. And so whenever that happens, that means it is not a function. And the reason why that is the case is because x is repeating here. So let's say for this point here, let's say my x value was, 5. That means I have a point here that starts with 5, and I have a point here that starts with 5. So that is why this vertical line test works. It's showing that x is repeating. Okay, so let's go through some examples. So I'm going to take my vertical line here. We're going to determine whether each relation represents a function and then explain our reasoning. So looking at this first one, I'm going to go ahead and take my vertical line. When I go to this point, it only passes through 1, so I'm good. But then I move it to this section and I see it does pass through 2 different points. And so that means that my answer here is no. The reason why, by vertical test. Okay, let's try the next one. So I'm going to bring my vertical line, and for you guys, you can go ahead and use your pencil. A pencil is a great vertical line to use. You can put it against your screen. And so when I bring my vertical line all the way through this graph, I see it always just passes through 1 point. So my answer here is going to be yes, by the vertical line test. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to try this next two on your own. Okay, so the answers for these you should have gotten were that first one was going to be no. And I see if I take my straight line here, I pass through more than 1 point with my straight line. I see it goes through this point right here and this point down here. This next one, it is a function, and that's because no matter where I put my straight line, it's only going to go through 1 point.